This week, we're going to be deer hunting, both whitetail and mule deer in southern Colorado.
Oh, smokes! I didn't think that was going to happen.
Well, season is in full swing, and we use our stealth cam cameras as our 24/7 in the field, eye in the sky, so to speak. So we've been checking trail cameras. Seth has been pulling in and showing me on the computer, look at this buck, look at this buck, check out this buck, look at this deer, check out this deer. And I've been losing my mind. I've been busy guiding elk hunters, Seth's been busy guiding elk hunters, that every time we look at the trail cameras, we know there's deer all over the place and some good ones. Well, we have both Millennium and Muddy blinds set up all over the place, and the deer are cruising past them. So I am literally going crazy, wanting to slip out and do a little hunting. For the whitetails, the rut is full on, and the mule deer are just starting to act ready. Well, finally, we get a chance to go out, and we set out Montana Decoys. And I can't even tell you how much fun it is to use a decoy during the rut, but watching the whitetails come into it, we had one Montana Decoy set up just outside one of our muddy blinds. I mean 15 to 25 yards at the farthest. And we had deer after deer coming in. We had whitetail does coming up, small whitetail bucks. At one point, a big whitetail buck comes walking right up to the Montana Decoy. Last minute, it heard something that didn't sound right inside the blind and turned and walked away. But buck after buck came by. We got snow overnight. There was a light coating of snow, and that really amped the deer up. Well, we were super busy, but finally, me and Jeb timed it to where we could go out the same day. Now, what was fun is Jeb was gonna go out and hunt whitetails and use a whitetail Montana Decoy. I was gonna go out after mule deer, and I was gonna use a brand new prototype Montana Decoy that looked like a mule deer buck. So we each had our own setups. Well, my stealth cam cameras had been showing me pictures of this buck that had been hanging around this one big field all the time, chasing does. He was in and out, but you could tell that that buck was hanging out in that area. So I was pretty excited to get out there early in the morning. I slipped in the dark, set up the Montana Decoy, and climbed into a muddy blind. And as it started to get light, there were mule deer everywhere. This buck was chasing does here, chasing does there. There was another buck and he would chase the other buck off. Then there was a little buck and he would chase him off. And there's just all kinds of interaction. I've got deer starting to kind of drift toward my Montana Decoy. They're checking it out. And the buck, it's almost like he's like, nobody's going that way. And he kind of herds them and ends up pushing the whole group over the fence away from me. Meanwhile, while I'm watching these mule deer and thinking nothing's gonna happen, I find out later, Jeb has this buck coming right to his decoy. I mean, this thing sees the decoy from 300 yards and it's coming on a string. I mean, it is beelining right to the decoy. Jeb is the most calm. He's probably one of the most calm hunters out of the whole group. Trent gets jacked, I get jacked, everybody gets jacked, but Jeb is pretty calm. He gets super excited, but he's pretty calm. So Jeb's in there like, oh, I'm gonna get this deer as soon as he comes into range. Ranges, he knows he's got the decoy close. Jeb smokes him as he comes walking past. The shot's quartered away, the buck kicks, and Jeb knows it's a fatal shot. So boom, what happens? I get a text. I just shot a beautiful whitetail that came to the decoy. Now I look up and all the deer are coming back over the fence, drifting closer and closer to me, and I've got little bucks coming up to the decoy, and the big buck is losing his mind. And I'm like, I will be there soon. I have deer around me too. So I'm watching all these deer drift around. The big buck starts coming closer. I've got does right at this prototype decoy. I've got small bucks that I would normally shoot right at the prototype decoy. However, the big one is standing right there, and he keeps getting closer. The buck's broadside at just over 30 yards. I draw back and watch that arrow go exactly where I'm looking.
I smoked him. Stay on him. Oh my gosh! Can you believe that? Oh! I got that big joker. Montana Decoy got a big buck for me. Holy smokes, I didn't think that was gonna happen. Bear recurve. That was in-frigging-credible. Unbelievable. Just smoked a beautiful mule deer buck that came out to check out the Montana Decoy. He couldn't stand it. Everything came in. A spike muley came up, a doe muley, then 5 muley came up. He was about 28 to 30 yards. I'm gonna range it. Oh, I'm shaking. He was 33 yards, came into 33 yards, and I was like, oh, come on, anchored 2, and watched it lace him right in the lungs. Just shot a beautiful deer in Oklahoma a couple days ago. Just smoked a beautiful mule deer buck out of a money blind. I was like, I gotta be quiet. I can't make a sound. I was freaking out. I tried to get a range as he was coming in. I just ranged him with the loopholes. 33 yards is what he was. I'm still shaking so bad. I wanted a mule deer here, and that was awesome. With the recurve, whack. Jeb just shot a whitetail using the whitetail Montana Decoy, prototype Montana mule deer decoy, and shkak. Oh my gosh. That was so awesome. I can't even believe that just happened. Brand new Fred Eichler recurve. Let's go look at that rascal. Holy chowder. You know what? That's a plan coming together. Look at the decoy. So to show you how close, it's hard for people to realize how close those deer were to the decoy. Let's pace it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I had the mule deer decoy. This is a Montana Decoy, a prototype that we're using. So check him out from this side. Spin it around this side. This is what the deer saw. Deer saw a mule deer standing out in the field. Now, spin around, and I'm gonna range that buck from the decoy. He's only 70 yards from the decoy. I shot him at 33 yards. He was coming, he probably would have come closer, but he saw that other buck, and you can see him, he kind of was like, and when he turned, I was like, oh no, 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 no. Foop, it looked like it was pocketed. So that buck literally was right here. That's what he was looking at. All his does, the younger bucks, were checking it out. And he only went from here, I'm shaking 44 yards. 44 yards. Oh, look at the shot. That's the exit wound right there. Look at that beautiful mule deer. I mean, just gorgeous. 5x5, a hog. He's run down, but look at the size of his neck from chasing does. And I smoked him with the recurve. I mean, look at the shot I put on this buck. I'm as proud of that as anything. Look at that beautiful buck. I gotta roll him over. Let's look at where it hit. That's the exit. Let's look at the entrance. This is the way he was facing. Look, right where I was looking. That's a shot. Whoa! Hate to brag on myself, but that was a pretty good shoot with the recurve. Look at that guy. That's incredible.
After recovering my beautiful deer, I went over to help Jeb recover his.
We've got a Millennium ladder right there. I shot a huge buck right out of the tree that Jeb's at with a Millennium tripod in a blizzard right here a couple years ago. Got beautiful weather right now, just before Thanksgiving. But check out Jeb's setup. Let's go take a look. He's actually using the pop-up, which you can use at a tree stand and just lift it up if you want with a string. But we actually went ahead and put it right here in front of the blind. What a morning.
Once I got to where Jeb shot his buck, he was telling me the story excitedly and everything he had seen and where the buck came from. When we walked over and saw the major blood trail, we decided to take up the trail right away.
This stick it goes. We got a pretty good blood trail going through here.
And sure enough, that buck did not go far.
Dude, look at where it exited. Oh yeah, look at that shot right here. See where it exited right here in the pocket? Look at that big mature. Look at that big whitetail. All right, so we dragged Jeb's buck out here. Jeb's muzzy came in at this angle, but roll him over and look at where it exited. So it exited right here. You can see where it came through like this, but it was a great shot for that deer. It only made it from where it was shot, maybe 150 yards. Another big mature whitetail. He's got a broken off G2 here, but he was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, look at that, 3. He has another one here, 4, 5. A beautiful 5x5. And what a morning.
It was fun to watch him running around everywhere. The good morning to be out here.
But what a morning to watch him coming into the decoy. Like, I looked at the video.
He locked onto
and
it.
he dialed in on that decoy and came across the field. And that's where a decoy, especially during the rut, we've used Montana decoys for turkeys, for elk, antelope, mule deer, and whitetail deer, and had incredible luck. So pretty dang cool. Nice shooting, buddy. Good job. Man, that's awesome. Hey, how cool is it for you to farm this
and then watch the deer eating on a field. Because how much do we lose? I think we calculated.
Nobody escapes taxes.
That's right.
Everybody has to pay taxes.
And a few deer did, and a few elk did this year. But it's amazing, you know, whether it's whitetails, mule deer, turkeys eating seed, you know, a couple hundred elk coming in. It's amazing how much damage they can do to the agriculture fields. And so it's nice to actually get a little bit of meat in the freezer to kind of even things out. The other thing that was awesome is, which bear were you using?
I was using the Redemption.
The Bear Redemption Easton Axis arrows. I was using the Bear Signature Recurve that I helped design. Well, Fred Bear and me kind of. And I was using the brand new Easton Legacy shafts. But pretty incredible morning. 2 beautiful species.
With 2 bear bows.
With 2 bear bows and 2
different Montana Decoys.
Montana Decoys and VS1. So pretty incredible.